Check. Okay, nice. So welcome to the SendingLabs workshop today. So good morning, everyone. I'm the co-founder of SendingLabs. My name is Joey. So hey, thank you. So I'm so excited to here to talk about our products. So I'm so excited to share what we are doing right now. So the SendingLabs is we building the Web3 communication stack, because we believe in the power of the community. So I have a story we will share later. And then we break the walled garden for all the Web2 tech giant. And then we connect your mouse in your pocket. So that was very interesting. So, and then fourth one, we focus on the experience of the users and the builders. So that's what we do. So for my personal story, I will share something with you. So today I'm very happy because I built a product 13 years ago. But still here, I can find my users. Yeah, thank you. So the product is Dolphin browser. So it's Android and iPhone smartphone browsers we built in 2010. So from that product, within 4 years, we got around 200 million users all around the world. So most of the users from the United States, North America, and Europe. But from that time, I think we really believe and see the power of the community, whatever from the users, the builders, or the creators. Because when we built building the Dolphin browser, at one day in 2011, our products was disappear from the Google Play. We're so weird because everything is good, but when you wake up, your app disappear. So we don't know what happens. But there is a lot of users complain, we cannot search your browser on the Google Play. But finally, we found that Google Play just take us down because we released the Android browser before the Chrome go to the Android. And then we use some very cool API, but before the Chrome released to Android, Google take us down. So at the day, a lot of users just complain to us, why you just Dolphin browser was disappear. But we replied that we didn't do anything. If you want our products go back, please go to Google. So at that day, there was a lot of our fans, super users, our community users, they write email. They're from the States, they're from the Europe. They say, Google, you say you are doing evils, but why not take down the good application? Give it back to us. So at that day, a lot of media press and then the social community, they just all post this kind of articles. So a days back later, so Google finally has that pressure and then it listed our product finally. But at that time, I think it's the first time we see that the power of the community, they really can make something happen and very great. And then the second one is about the builders, because I'm a builder also. So how many of you are builders? Please raise your hand. Oh, that's great. So I think we also see the power of builders, because at Dolphin, we are the first mobile browser support the add-on system. So at that time, we cooperated with some like the Dropbox, like the Evernote, a lot of applications. They don't provide anything on the mobile yet, but we are the first one can support. So hundreds of developers contribute their good application to our browser system. So that we see the power of the community. They really can bring great things happen. And the third one is about the creators. Because from my experience, the browser is showing the contents for a lot of site master. So we are the first one. At a time when we released to the Google Play, there's just around 2,000 applications on Google Play. So a lot of mobile page is not optimized for the mobile screen. So we help them to optimize every mobile page on a smartphone. So there is a lot of content creator. They can really sell their contents to the users in a better way. So at that time, a lot of creators, they build a community, they promote our applications to say, hey, if you wanted to visit my blogger or to visit my community, Dolphin will be the best choice. So I think at that time, we truly see the power of the community. So that's why we also, if we wanted to go to some social network or the communication stack in the Web3, I think we will continue to use the power of the community. And another things, we see our social today, all the users has been trapped in the walled garden. So how to break it? We wanted to break it, break the wall. So the first, we release an open source protocol. We can help everyone to release their own application. Not just like today, maybe you are using the Telegram, you're using the Discord or your WeChat. You cannot talk with each other with not the same client. And then it's very fragmented for the tech giant have the walled garden. So for example, if I wanted to send a crypto to Bonnie, my friend, to purchase an NFT on the OpenSea, so I think it's very fragmented and frustrated. So when the first time, I need to switch it back and forth, the Telegram, the MetaMask, the OpenSea. So that's from the technical view, I think it's very easy to solve. But that's because there is a walled garden. Every tech giant, they want to prevent other competitor to connect with them. So that's why we wanted to have an open protocol, open source protocol. We can solve this kind of problems. And then for the users, in Web2, we can say they are not users or anything. They are maybe a renter. Because you rent the Twitter or rent the Telegram, if someone just block your account, you will lose everything. So we want to give the sovereign data, give the right back to the users, and they can really own their data. And then the third one is we modular all the applications. So just like Lego blocks, for all the builders can be very easily integrate with others. And then when we talk about the communication in Web3, so that was very funny, and it's not only about your mind or your mouse, but also your pocket. Because the blockchain network released today is not only to transfer the information, but also the digital asset. So when you're talking, the users always chat, collab, and trade with each other. And all the users and developers and then the builders, they want to monetize from the network. But if a network only can provide them information or chatting communication, I think it's not enough. So that's why we combine these two networks together. We think the Web3 communication should focus on linking the people and your assets in a decentralized way and with a easy-to-use experience. Why I'm so emphasize the easy-to-use experience. So when the first time I'm using the MetaMask, I feel so frustrated. So I don't know how to set up the seed phrase and how to purchase the tokens. I think I'm a builder, I'm a developer. Even for me, it was so hard to use. How about the normal users? How about the Web2 users? So I think for the tech, we are not only to building the protocol or some fancy tech, but we also want to provide a better experience, can really help the normal users have lower entry barrier, can use it very easily. So that's our vision to how to build a Web3 communication stack. So the Web3 communication should be like this. So the first one is connected. You connect it to all your platform, whatever the blockchain you use, is Polygon, is Ethereum, or the Binance, or even connect with whatever you go, like in your laptop, in your mobile phone, or even in other maybe the iPad device. And then the second one, it should be secure, because it's not only to your information, but all your pocket, your wallet asset. So it will be very secure. And all the information is anti-censorship. So all the information will be highly secure and encrypted, so protect your privacy. And then the third one, it should be fun, because a lot of Gen Z and then the Gen Alpha was enter the Web3. So that's why every 5 or 10 years, there will be a new generation of the social network. Because everyone don't want it to be in the same social network as your parents, right? So that's why every 5 or 10 years, there will be a new social network. So let's make it more funny, and we build a good vibe with our products. And the fourth one, we make it simple. So that's how we build a whole ecosystem. So the first one, we have 2 products. One is called the SendingMe, and then the second one is the SendingNetwork. So the SendingMe is a Web3 native instance messenger, but we build on the SendingNetwork, which is a fully decentralized communication protocol. We use the P2P combined with the blockchain. So everyone can just use it as a free network to enter it and to build your own application and connect the people, the assets, the smart contract, and all your dApps. So all the things can be stay connected. So finally, I think we really want everyone's user, not only from the SendingMe or SendingNetwork, but all the builder here. You build the app. You want the user can really touch it, feel it, and finally love it. It's not a very cold code stay in your computer, but you need your user can really touch it. So I think protocol plus the application is a full communication stack, and it provides a better experience. That's why we build these 2 products and let them to work together. And then this is how the SendingMe and SendingNetworks, they work together. And then the first tier, it provides a very open ecosystem. Everyone, if you are the builder to building some wallet or Define or some Web3 games, I think you are the right person to be here, because we provide the whole system to let you very easily can build an in-game chatting or embedded in the wallet notifications, or like if you are Define, you can get a notification when you have some liquidation. So very, you can touch all the users. And then the SendingNetwork is also a very open platform. We cover all the Android SDK, the Web SDK, and then the iOS SDK. And then, but finally, for the SendingMe, it's also a very open ecosystem. It's similar like the Slack in the Web 2, because it's an instant messenger. But why it is so powerful? Because it provides an open ecosystem. Every application can easily embed it with the messenger. So that's what we built. So right now we are growing with a lot of fantastic builders like the NFT Go, Web3ware, Earn7, and Particle Network, and so on. So I will use some demonstration to show how this kind of good, fantastic developers can be integrated with our products. So the Particle Network, they are MPC wallets. So a lot of just game developers are using their solution. So I think it's very important for some Web 2 users when they first time to enter the Web3 industry, because they have no wallet and don't know how to keep their seed phrase safe. So even for me, I have been phishing to the website to lost all my NFT token once. So I think they really can help us to do the co-star. Okay. And the second one is we cooperate with the NFT Go, and is a leading NFT data provider. And also recently they released a new powerful function, is the NFT trading aggregator. So it's very cheap. You can just add all the products to your NFT to your shopping cart. So save your gas. You can just trading within one click. And then the third one is the Web3 W3W.ai. It's a kind of CRM to managing all your Web3 community. So it's a management platform just like a CRM system. So I think it was really helpful because all the members in the community, their wallet address, their trading activity can be very easily to show on chain. So they will help us to analyze all these things. And then the fourth one is about a Quest3. Is a leading marketing tools collection for the Web3 project growth. So if you wanted to do the Quest, I think it's very easy to launch in our application. So I think the exciting things, we will do the demonstration. So if you have laptop, I think it's better to open the website is app.sending.me. And then there is, they need an invitation code right now, because right now we don't release the product officially, it's in the private data. So here we create a specific invitation code for all of you. Okay, there we go. So when you enter our products, is the SendingMe. It's very familiar and similar like the Discord or the Telegram. So we combine the two products to do the user-friendly interface. So all here you can create a server like the Discord. We call it a squad. And then in each squad there is several rooms. So you can see I create a squad for the East Stanford here. It's the general chat and the builders club and for some partnership. And then all my profile here will be use my NFT and all my crypto and asset. We're even not allowed to upload an image as your avatar, because we think we should be very native. So all the after here, you can just set it, use the NFT, or even for the name, you can use the ENS. So if you are building some DID system, or I think it's better for us to integrate, because we want to support a more ID system to let you very more unique in the whole system. So I think here, when you chat with others, you can see whether it's a scammer or they really have some NFT you wanted to trade with him. So I think it's very easily to use it. And then you also can discover some whale or some diamond hand in the community, because you can check their or trading activity here. And then we also provide some very cool things when you are chat. For example, if you type the east here to the moon. So there is a hashtag here. You can very easily just click within simple click. You can just load it. This application is provide a coin market cap. So they provide all the data feeds. So you can very easily to check all the data directly without leaving your chatting. And then if there is NFT here, you can check all the metadata here. And then when you click the link here, or the purchase, we provide shopping cart. This is great, provided by the NFT Go. So here I can easily add the NFT very easily to my shopping cart, because sometimes you will see a lot of friends or family, they are discussing some cool NFT stuff. Or even, okay, I feel this avatar is very good, but I don't know what's the name of it and where to purchase it. So I think by the shopping cart, it's very easily for you to just, with a simple click, you can transfer all the asset and use the shopping cart to purchase in just one click. And then the second one, we also embedded the wallet here. So when the users, they log into our system, so the account is your wallet. So there was no need any smartphone numbers or your email to exposure your personal privacy. What you need is just a wallet address. You can just start the Web3 communication travel in the network. So here you can just very easily send or receive or swap some token with the particle wallet. But we also provide integration with the MetaMask. So you can easily log in the whole system with the MetaMask. And then more funny things will coming out. And we provide DApp Center. It's just like the extension center. There is a lot of interesting application. Like here, we even can play a game. So here we can see there is Ludo games here. So in the community, I just wanted to play with all the other people in the community. So I launched game rooms. So here is another account. So when I find, okay, who wanted to play with me, so you can enter the rooms. So the two people, they can just play the game with each other within in the community. So I think if you are a game developer, we want more and more the users or the developer that can provide the good social game or some very good games can be played here. So you see, it was loading, and oh, someone's joined here. I can just play with the people that join the room directly here. Okay, not only the game, but also other tours, very funny. You can just build a good vibe with the whole community. So I think the most favorite things is the message box, because we build a smart contract with our partners. They can integrate your profile here. So if you are enter the community, you can just play something interesting, whatever is a token or an NFT. You can put it on the message box and then send it to the community. So when you click it, you can claim a random NFT or token. So that was very funny for a lot of community, because when some NFT they are just minted or just go to the OpenSea, they want to promote it, and a lot of users they wanted to exchange it. So, but if you got some NFT you don't like, but you see maybe my friends is much better, we also provide features called peer swap. So the peer swap is just like the gift exchange. So I can use my NFT or crypto to swap the one you have. For example, here I can just select million here. We can check he have a lot of NFT or token. Let's change another one. How about Travis here? Okay, he has a pass is in the NFT. So I select this and then click next. And then this is what what NFT I have. So I can just select one and to place it to smart contracts. So I'm very easily to can send it to the group, and then you see it launch my MetaMask directly. So I just need to cite it. So the contract will be created. So I think the whole communication protocol, we embedded the ability you can just core a native smart contract within the conversation. So here you can see that I have successful created a smart contract entity here. So that's very funny. And then there is another application I think is very useful for all the attended here. It's about all the meetup. He just summarized all the side events happened around the East Denvers, and then they have all the NFT tickets, so you can just promote your event in the community. And then they have a specific offline meetup, but also sometimes they will have online communities. So I think here you are very easily to set up the event and join the community, so very easily. So all these cool things is happen to developer by our partners. So I think you see the power of all the builder community, because we are more focused on the infra and the platform, but all these cool features, we need a lot of developer help us to build together. And then we also provide some integrate features like the token access. So if I wanted to set a specific room, like you need to enter with a specific NFT, like here's the buffer coin, I need to set up the criteria. So that was very easily, because you log in with your wallet. So if you have the specific NFT, you can enter the community directly. Yeah, so here, there is a lot of good demonstration for our partners and builders. They already built a lot of crazy things for us. And then let's go to see more deeper from the infra is about the sending network and how it works, because it's really the fundamental to support all the ecosystem can work very well, because all our application is building on this decentralized network. So in the following, I will do some brief introduction and see what's the challenge in the network right now, and then what's the key components. I will do some SDK demo. If you are builders, you can follow us to know how to build with us, and then share our roadmap. So I think we can just grow together. So for the SendingMe, it brings a full decentralized and high performance and privacy-preserving communication solution into the existing web or a mobile app. So right now, the SDK is support across the platform. So I think it should be a fully decentralized solution and really cared about the privacy preserving. But also, we need the high performance, because the chatting should be have a high reaction. It's not like some social feeds you just post a Twitter and then to waiting. For the instant communication, it needs a high performance to get your message very quickly. So I think we meet a lot of challenge here, how to build a great network. And then here, there was architecture of our whole network. So we offer the SDK with a decentralized network, but in the fundamental, we also connect with the decentralized ID and then decentralized social graph, and then even for decentralized storage. So for all the social graph or your personal profile or your chat message, right now we are safe locally in your client. But if you wanted to backup it, you can just select whatever this Rwave or Filecoin, or even in the Web2 like the iCloud. So we let the users to have the rights to back up all your things. But on the top of it, we provide a lot of SDK to help the builders like the game or the wallet or any other DApps. They can help to build something with us together. So the whole sending network we built on the top of the Live P2P. And then that P2P is a very mature system, but we do a lot of improvement, because previous is only used for sharing some files. But when we go to use it for the instance messenger, there is a lot of work to do. And then the second one is a real-time decentralized communication network. That means the network also support not only to send a text message, but also we can do some streaming or the voice call, or you can send a voice message. So I think in the whole system, we also supply this. And then we also supply the end-to-end encryption. So the algorithm is similar like the signal. So the algorithm is just encrypt every message you have. So when they to send out every message, they will need to encrypt. So even your key has been explored or released, only that message could be exposures. So or the history. So I'm not sure whether you have facing the problem. I have seen recently a lot of users, their social account has been stolen because all the chat history was storage on the servers, and then the scammer will be pretend to your friends to talking with you by reading all your history. So that's why we integrate all the message only on your local client. If you're logging with a new client, you cannot see all the history. So, but we also provide a solution. You can just back up and restore with your private key. So there was workaround solution. You can have it. And then for the fourth one, we provide two type of communication. Is a wallet to wallet. That means the user to user communication. And then the second one is the DApps to wallet. That means when you, if you do some defines or some DApps, you want to touch the users when have some notification like your LP staking, they will do some liquidations. They need to communication with the user directly. So without mobile client, sometimes we will be miss the message. So I think we provide a DApp to wallet notification to help the user can get the message directly. And then we also support the smart contract as a native built-in. So for example, in the smart contract, you can just writing the target users is assigned to a very specific squad in our SendingMe. So that smart contract only available for a specific range of people, and then they can just happen there. It is very easy to use. And then finally, we also provide the full communication features, like you can create rooms or stop a video call, or you can just have some social feeds. So I think provide a lot of features. But that also, we're facing a lot of challenge and then the technical problems we need to solve. So if you want to build with us, very welcome to solve the problem with us together. Because if we build a P2P network, that means it's a permissionless and trustless network. So everyone wanted to just spend more energy on how to make the whole ecosystem, not like the centralized server. You can just trust it and connect it in a high speed. But the P2P network, that means everyone, whether it is good or not, they can just start to have nodes very easily. So I think there was challenge we're facing right now. And then the second one is about the privacy concern. Because decentralized, that means you need to exposure more your metadata to the whole network, like your public keys or your wallet address. So right now, we will exposure who communication, who send a message via the whole network, just like the transaction on the blockchain. But I think in the next version, we are trying to use the ZK solution to protect all the message transaction. We didn't exposure any communication between the two wallets. And then the third one is about the performance issue, like the broadcasting storm, because in the P2P network, it often happens. So to confirm the deliveries really can be successful, so I think every transaction or you send a message will be you need to deliver to many nodes. So we want to solve this kind of problems. So how it works? So right now we work out a solution to be a merged network. So we merge the P2P network with the blockchain network, because even for one network, I think it's impossible to solve the problems. So I think for the P2P, it's more focused on the speed to the destination. But for the blockchain level, is a trustless asset management network. So we combine these two great networks to let them working together. So there was the whole architecture of the sending network. So you see here, the first layer is a P2P network, and then the P2P also we separate as a client side and then the edge network side. So that means every user's client, they will have a P2P nodes running on your client. But there are also some nodes running on the server, so anyone can set up your own edge node to help you to relay all the message or do the offline message cache, or to be streaming or the voice speed up. So the whole ecosystem, we cared about the performance here to let every message can deliver to arrive the destination immediately. But there are some data we want to care about security, such as your profile, your social network, your social graph, or all the chat history. So we back up all these things to the blockchain. And that means whatever the blockchain it is, because we are a parallel network, so it can capable such as Polygons or the Binance or Ethereum. So in the future, we'll try to integrate with more network in the futures. So there was how the network component for the client to run. So every client, they run the encryption session to generate the public and private key pairs. So that means it only happen in your client, so not save any key pairs on the servers. And then it also communicates with the local P2P node to send and receive the message. And if you don't want to running the node on locally, you even can select some dedicated node on the network. But that is also multiple decentralized network you can choose. So I will talk about later. So we have a lot of different role of the nodes for the normal user that can run. And then for the client, you also can just encrypt and decrypt all the message. So that means all the message, they go pass through all the nodes. They will be encrypt, and then we didn't storage any message in the nodes. It's only a cache. So when the delivery is successful, we will delete from the network. So it will disappear. So it's the most safe way. And then we also storage the user profile and message history locally on your client. So that means if you log in with a new device, you will lose all your things. What you need to do is to back up on the decentralized storage. And then we also manage the wallet-based identity and the key storage. And then there is also the feature for the client to do the video streaming bootstrapped. So here's the whole structure of the client, what we have. So and the next one is about the edge node. The edge node, we also run it in the different roles. I will share it laterly. So the resource is locating also through the libp2p, and then the relate encryption the message for the clients, and then storage all the user DID documents and cache all the message and for the offline client, because when the P2P, it needs to all online to receive the message. But if you are not online, the offline cache nodes will help you to cache the message. And then we also provide support video call by WebRTC relay service, and then to help you to have a better communication with each other, and forward the message to a push notification, like if you are using iPhone apps, so that message will go to your Apple push. So that was the whole ecosystem to let it to do that. So the whole nodes, we provide the iPhone, the Android, and the web browsers nodes. You can, every single nodes, there is a P2P nodes can working together. And then the next one is about the decentralized ID system. We follow the standard of the Web3. So I think here is very easy to read and remember, because we generate with the wallet address. So they start from the DID, and then it's short for the sending network is the SDN to label that is belong to this network. And then the second thing is the wallet address here. So we can easily do the wallet mappings, and then whatever, you can, every DID you can combine with a lot of different wallet address, but there is a main account you can need to log in. And then we storage all the private key in the client encrypt session and side by the secret key. So here is the format and the ID documentation. You can find it on our Sending Network website later. And for the type of communication, we provide different type of the groups. So the biggest is we call a squad. A squad is similar like the Discord server. That means there is a group of people, they can build a community together. And then in the squad, there could be rooms. So every communication with the conversation could be a room. So the room could be one-to-one, we call it is a DM room. And then if there are over 3 people in the room, you can set it to the public or private room. But that means if a public rooms, anyone can see this room and can to join it without permission. But if you set it as a private room, and you need the administrator to approve or to invite you to the rooms. And then we also provide another interesting thing is about the token gated room, because in the next version we want to use the ZK solution to build, just like you go to the hotel or the airline, you have the membership ticket, but traditional relationship, there will be exposure, how many users in your community and what's the member's name and who are they. But with the ZK solutions, I think you have the member card, but we cannot just read it, whether you belong to which community, so they will be much more safer. But when you enter the squad or the room, you can show this to enter the rooms. So there was the token-gated solution. So all the conversation in the protocol are handled by the rooms. So when user create the rooms, it also create a topic and store that topic on a connected edge node. So sending and receiving the message is basically a process of a push hop. So I will do some demonstration how the whole system work. So here is a chat widget we provide for the developer that can very easily to use. And then I can run some command here to create a room and then invite users and send a message. So here very easily we can just with this command. Oh, the first one you need to is just login with your wallet. So the first time when you open the widget, you can just click the login and then run with your MetaMask. You need to just cite here with your signature, just login. Just cite again. Okay, there we go. So right after you log in, so you have the account with your wallet public keys. So running the command like chat widget API, and then get user ID. You can easily get what's the ID you have. And then we also, here we can just use this command like the create a public rooms. So here we will naming the East Stanford room 1. So when I click it here, you can see there was a room will be create. So you can start a conversation with everyone. But we wanted to invite some user will be in the room. So I think we can run a command to invite these users. So the command will be combined with the room ID and the user ID. So we copy it here. We paste there was the room ID. And here is the user ID. Just give me some minutes to fix it. There we go. Finally, we have it. And then here you see we got a message. We have been invited to the rooms. So when you accept the invitations, you both will be in the same room. You can just say message. Hi. So here you got a notification here. So within the room, you also not only can send a message, but also we embed it. You can core the smart contract or with the asset transfer. Like here, we have a command transfer. So the command will be defined, the address, the crypto, and the amount. So I'm using the testnet right now. So I can put wallet address here. And then I will send some ease. And then just 1.10. So when I just write this command, the MetaMask will let me to switch the network and sign the message. And then here, we got a notification. And then here's the transaction ID. We can go to the Galleon Easy Scan to check the status. So because of the gas world, it still needs to pending here. It will be waited for a second. Or we try to. So I think we can wait a second for the user to get the token here. So I think in the future, we will be provide more and more the smart contract supports to let the users, they can, let the developers, they can build a lot of fantastic smart contract embedded with the conversation. And then let's go through quickly about our API documentation for the SendingNetwork. So when you go to SendingNetwork, you can see all the documentation is here. And then you can get a start. We provide a JavaScript client SDK, the iOS client SDK, Android, and the website chat widget SDK if you wanted to build it, the UI by yourself. So there was ready to use. So you can following the introduction to how to deploy the whole SDK to your own apps. And then here you also can find how to deploy a node development. Because before you deploy a node, you need to install database locally, is a post circle. And finally, we will embed it. It was one-click install in the futures. So right now, before you install our nodes, you need to deploy the database, and then click here to download the package, and then to follow the command to run the node. And then we also provide several types of the nodes. Is the relate nodes, offline cache node, delegation node, DID storage node, and streaming node. So that means each node you deploy, you can select which role to enable or disable. Because if you enable all of this, the performance or the machine require more hardware. But if you just want to run a relay or some delegation nodes, there will be low requirements for your client, for your machine. So I think right now we are designing the whole incentive system, but give all the credit to the node hoster right now. So I think if you wanted to deploy the node to support the whole network, I think in this early stage, we are welcome to do that. So here is Explorer. You can see how many nodes right now. So currently, we run by ourselves and our partners. So right now is in the public, private beta right now. So all the nodes here, you can see all the message sent or the CPU usage. They just combine as a unified network here. So very easy to check. So here we just wanted to have more and more node hoster to build a whole network with us. And then we also provide some wallet-to-wallet message here. You can follow the instructions. So the message will be signed by the wallet and send it to the network. By the P2P network, they will be returned to wallet. Or you can just specify the message to a specific NFT holder For example, I want to send a message to 4A800. You also can send it and then to discover whether it's the holder's wallet. And then we also provide the DApp notifications. That means every DApp, they can register it in our sending network. So when the users or the DApp have some notifications, the network will be finding the right wallets to deliver the whole message. Yeah, so that was the demonstration how to integrate the SDKs. And then the following, I will introduce how the life cycle of the message to transfer within our network. So just taken for example, Bob would like to send a message to Alice. So the first things, they need to registration this account to a DID storage node. So the storage node will verify you have the keys, you are the right persons, and then you have a license to talking in this network. And then he will help you to find an offline cache node. That means, or just like the message box in front of your house. So if Alice was online, they also need to register his ID on the DID storage node and with offline cache node. So right after the Alice registration, the both offline cache node will be synchronization with the DTH, and then the Bob will create a topic here, and then to let Alice can subscribe. So if the Alice is online, the topic will be delivered to Alice local node directly. But if Alice is not online, all the message will be cached by the offline cache node. So that was the whole life cycle, how it works. And so it was the roadmap we wanted to do in the futures. Like we want to support more and more the blockchain. So right now we are spend a lot of time to work on it. And then the second thing is about the metadata end-to-end encryptions. So we want to use the ZK protection solution. So if any of you are building the solution or to know more about the ZK, we are very friendly to want to cooperate with you. And then we also want to support more DID solution. Right now, it's only work for the ENS, but like the Lens protocol or the Binance ID or Dotbit, and a lot of, if you are a DID solution provider, we are very happy to cooperation with you. And then the final one is about the performance optimization, because the whole network, I think, right now is much better than the fully on-chain communication, but it still has a lot of space to improve. So I think after the technical side, I think if you are application developer, I think we give you some scenarios to give user case can be imagined how to integrate the whole sending network to your app. So here is example of a game. So if you are game developers, well, right now you can just have the in-game chat, and then you also can connect with your community. So that user case is like this. If you have squad in the game, they need 5 person, but right now you only have 4. So how to get another people jump in to your squad? So you can send invitations, not only in the game, because some of your friends may be not in the game, but when you send the invitation to the community, they can receive from your mobile phone, and then receive a link, can click to join the game directly. So there will be help or the game developer, they can extend or the user case from the in-game engagement to non-game, because for the users, they cannot just stay in your game for 24 hours. So if there is a mobile client can receive the message, for example, like someone want to make an offer to your NFT or want to build a squad and invite you to join, I think there will be a cool user case. And then the second one is you also can build a community-based social marketplace, because every squad here we can just open to connect some smart contract protocol. So there is a lot of game guilds, the DAO or the Alpha community. They always trading the assets in a community instead of the OpenSea or something any else. Because if you listed your assets to the OpenSea, it will be just a very cool order book. So if you wanted to list it in a floor price, you will feel that it was not good, but the trading efficiency is very low. But if you wanted to integrate with the community, because all the people they have same interest in here, so when you send it out, the user can purchase directly within the shopping cart aggregators. So that also give the rights to the game developer or the NFT provider, because the royalty fees also can be included in the smart contract here. So they give, because if you don't provide this, the user will do a lot of OTC trading and then to facing the scammer risk, but provide officially embedded social marketplace, they will be help the users to trade more active. And then the third one user case is about the push notifications to the wallets from the D apps. So here is the showcase. If you want to get position can be liquidated, you got a message directly. So if you are a wallet or a DeFi or something D apps, when you integrate with us, you can have this benefit for the users. And finally, you also can embed it, your chat widget within your website or your web apps. So we provide full solutions for you to integrate very easily. So whatever is customer service or online NFT communities with the marketplace, or is a DAO to provide some proposal you need to discussion. And we also work with the e-sign. There will be online documents to sign the contract, and you also can negotiation when you review all the documents. So here is the chat widget. So that's it. So there was the whole structure of our SendingLabs, what we are doing. So right now today, I'm so excited to share what we have done, and we have highly expectation to work with more and more great builders, because your genius application and idea can really help all of us to build a network better. So I think build with us and grow with us. So if you want to have more information, I think there are two ways. The first one is to join in the apps.sendingme, and this is my account with my ENS, JoeYu. And then you also easily to use the Telegram to scan this QR code. So we have a lot of colleagues here can answer your questions. Okay, so that was my whole sharing today. So thanks again to listening to the workshop. Thank you. One.